Good morning.
Good morning.
It is
Friday.
Fun Day Friday.
Friday Fun Day.
Friday Fun Day. I'm sure everyone's excited because it's the weekend.
I woke up this morning and I was kind of just chilling, right? Just doing my thing on my phone. And then I hear the trash truck come. And I look out and Jared didn't take the trash out. So I just ran out there. And last week when we were here, or the week before, whatever that was.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Jaylena and I were sitting here in the morning and the trash came and they kept staring at our house and
they were like pointing and talking and we were like, what are they doing? Like, what are they talking about?
But we came to the conclusion that they saw the YouTube sticker and was pointing and looking it up. And so this time they waited for me to take the trash out. So YouTube paid off.
Well, and then we were saying like, I guess they don't see Jared's car because he's not here when they come, and he has a YouTube sticker on his car too.
Yeah.
And so we also came to the conclusion that since we were here, they got it. It clicked. But Jared's never here when they come, so they never see a sticker.
Yep. So that's kind of our morning. Let us know if your morning was a little crazy and you had to run after the trash truck today. But yeah, I guess today on the Crockers, you will find out which property we pick, and we're very excited to let y'all know and to let you know why. We're going to run down, why we're going to get one property over the other. So it will be either 5 acres or up to 13 acres, because there was 2 properties that had 5 acres. Then there was...
Well, then there was the one property with 5 acres with potentially 13 acres, and then there was the 13 wooded acres. But we're definitely not going with location number 1.
Yeah, but we didn't show the other. So there's 2 that have 5 acres. One of them potentially has another 8 acres, but I think it was pending for sale behind it. And then one has 13 acres. So 5, maybe 13, and 13. But either way, are we going to still build small, build tiny? Will it be on wheels? Will it be movable? Will it be more permanent? We're gonna talk about that today. So
it will not be on wheels.
No.
The reason why we were going to do a tiny house on wheels at the ranch is because that was suggested by the family, being that at some point the land's going to get split up and we'll have to be able to move it to another location if need be. So that's why we were going to do the tiny house on wheels there. So on one of these properties, the one that we chose, it'll definitely be a permanent structure, but it'll still be tiny.
Yeah.
Not extremely small, but we want to go pretty small.
My reasoning behind that, because I know a lot of you are going to be like, what if you're going to have a kid and all that stuff, just like you always say, and which is good, I get it, I mean, someone's got to be responsible around here, I guess, if we have kids, but we'll leave that up to you guys. Is at the beginning, we're not going to have power and water hookups. And if we say we built a house the size of Jared's, which is 800 square feet, could you imagine trying to heat that with a wood-burning stove at the very beginning when you don't have a budget to get like a huge wood-burning stove? So we're just going to do everything kind of small. And I think realistically, and if you really think about it, it's the smartest thing to do. We're going to have an RV, but we'll probably build a smaller house, like we said, that will eventually be our guest house, office, something of that nature. So that way, if we build small now and we keep it small and we keep it off-grid and all that cool, fun stuff or whatever, we can eventually upgrade to something bigger if we do have a kid, or find out you're pregnant, or can start going to the hospital and stuff, or the doctor or whatever, and really see, can we have kids? We may get to the hospital and they say, mm-mm.
So your ovaries are trash.
They may say, Jaylena, it's not you. It's me. You never know. We have no idea. So at this point, we're not going to plan our entire lives around a family that does not exist yet. So in our mind, it makes a lot of sense to stay small. But another reason why I don't really want a house on wheels is it is Oklahoma. Not that there's, I don't know, I think there's this picture painted out there that tornadoes sweep through like every 3 days. That's just what I get from people that say, don't move to Oklahoma. And I'm like, well, I know people that are there and they're not dead yet.
Who've never been in tornadoes. I've been in a tornado.
We've been in
Dallas.
There's been, just since we bought the property here in the Dallas area, the Terrell place, there's been like 3 tornadoes that like skipped over Terrell.
Yeah,
like where we're at.
This area is like the what's that
Tornado Alley?
No, what's that triangle? The Bermuda Triangle of tornadoes, where they happen on every side but this strip right here.
Yeah, and I think it's because the way like the lakes and everything are and stuff like that, it kind of just, the wind changes right here.
Well, I lived in Garland, and I think it was 2016 or 7. No, it was 2015 or 16.
Yeah, it was before we met.
Yeah, I think it had to be in 2015. A tornado went through and wiped out the apartments that I lived in. I was there, and I was in the eye of the tornado at one point, and so that was really scary. But I remember just growing up, many times, my mom having to throw us all in the bathtub or in a certain room and throw the mattress over us. And you know, there's a lot of tornadoes that happen in Dallas.
Oh yeah, whenever, and then
the Dallas area,
and then a lot of people just from the get-go building this, everyone kept saying, you're gonna build a house like that with a tornado? What are you gonna do if a tornado comes? I'm gonna pray like everybody else because
that's all you can do.
Because, well, you can get a storm shelter.
Yeah, but if you don't
that
have
helps.
one, that's all you can do.
But after that tornado that she went through, I don't remember what job I was doing at the time, but I was driving around and they said, yeah, these are the houses. They used to be 2-story brick houses and they were leveled. So it don't matter what kind of house you have, tornado's gonna rip it up. But on that idea,
I want to tell the story.
Well, but on that idea, I'd rather it not be on wheels, to where it's easier to.
Yeah, when that tornado happened, I had a friend who lived in Rowlett, which was not far from Garland, where I lived, and it's a very, very, very nice part of town, and all their houses were big brick houses, and I think it was her husband or fiance, and her brother or his brother. They were all in the bathroom, and when the tornado was over, the only thing that was up were the walls around the bathtub, and they were in it.
So it doesn't really matter the size of your house, what it's built out
Everything
of,
was
stuff like that.
Level to the ground.
So I have been looking into different things. My mind, guys, Billy Joe's the only one that could probably understand what goes on in my mind, and which that's not a compliment, Billy. Don't take it as one. But my mind just starts running all over the place, and I'm like, what if we built a house like this? What if we built a house like this? And it's like, what if you did one that was more of just a dome, and then if tornadoes and stuff come, it kind of, you know, the thing that messes you up is when you have big flat walls and the wind hits it. Like, you're just putting a big wall up and the wind hits it and it goes over. Then you got to worry about your roof and how much it's over and it catches and kind of wants to lift it up. But if you have a circle that goes all the way down to the ground, where is it going to lift? And what wall is it going to push because it's round? It's just going to go around it.
So we're going to live in a dome.
That's the theory. But that's what my mind was like, what if we build something crazy like this? But then I'm like, that's going to be difficult to build a good, solid thing. So I'm not saying we're doing that. I'm just saying my mind goes to those spots. But building certain different things and...
Well, I know Jason really wanted to build, not an A-frame house, but those houses that go up like that, and then they arch into the top.
They're called Gothic arched homes or something of that nature.
He talked about that for a long time. Not recently, but at some point.
I have thought about it again, but not as our house, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to build a small one for like dog houses or something. Like, because I think that'd be so cool to have, you know, a couple little ones, but it'd be for like the goats and, you know, stuff like that. And then
dogs.
And then I want to build, because why not? I've wanted one for a long time, and I know Jaylena has a small dog house that's a hobbit home.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Because we were gonna, and this is how crazy we were, when we were still living here, we thought about trying to figure out how to do a hobbit home here. So it don't matter if you have, you know, a hill to do it on or flat land, you could do it. You could put dirt over it. But hobbit homes are so cool. But
we drove by one in Oklahoma at some point. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
It was like underground, but like halfway, and then they put dirt on top. It was just a big mound.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I remember we were gonna try to stay in one in Airbnb.
No, we drove by one.
But yeah, there's a lot of different things we can do. I just thought it'd be cool if it was a little hobbit home for the dogs. That way, it's kind of, you could dig underground because dogs are gonna dig a hole anyways. But
if we had decided on a hilly location, if we were able and had the,
you would do a hobbit home.
Oh yeah, I would. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that.
I don't think that we would be able to.
I don't even have the slightest clue on how to make it waterproof.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you just have to get some kind of membrane that wraps around it, like some thick plastic type stuff.
I don't know.
I'm sure they make something for that. I know they do because they make hobbit homes. Billy Joel's like, it's this! He's all typing, it's this!
He's like, let me figure that out for you.
No, he already knows. We should just do a new segment called Billy Knows All. And then we just ask him questions. And it's just like Skype.
Interview style.
Could you imagine me Skyping
this would be
Billy
like
Joe?
A 32-hour call.
At least. And then we'd be like, wait, what was the question? All right, guys. So, yeah, just to recap, we're going to still build small. We think it's the most reasonable thing at the beginning. It's budget friendly. It's good when it comes to heating it and cooling it. It's good that you're not going to, get overwhelmed in a build. I mean, we've been building Jared's house for how long?
Like 3 years.
Almost. And it's still not finished. So I ain't looking to do that right now. So I want to get something that we could...
I definitely don't want anything this big. It's like a normal house. It's pretty big.
At least not anytime soon.
Yeah, we don't need anything this big right now.
Yeah, we're talking now, not later in the future.
Yeah, and we've mentioned before one of our major goals was to be more conscious of like waste and
live the more minimal lifestyle. So hopefully that answers some of y'all's questions. We will be telling you guys which property we picked today. You can go ahead and guess down below, and we'll see if you're right or not. So you got the first one that we showed. It's not that one. And then there's 3 more. There's the one, Duchess property, the big 13-acre wooded one, and then the one that's more flat that possibly has 8 acres behind it. So let us know which one you're thinking, and you'll find out later today if you're right, so you can't go back and edit your comment if you're wrong.
Well, no, it'll say edited.
Yep, we'll know. So we'll see you guys later on the Crockers. I am excited to finally tell you guys, so you guys can start blasting us with ideas for this property and just kind of help us out along the way. We're very fortunate that we have you guys, so thank you for all y'all's comments and concerns and all that stuff, because it gets our thought process going on stuff that we may not have thought about.
Yeah, it gets our creative juices flowing.
Yep, so I gotta drink the rest of this coffee and finish building Jared's big project that he made me do.
I think we might vlog a little bit of that and show you guys, but you'll see his video before ours.
Yeah, maybe at the end of the weekend or something.
Yeah.
So see y'all later.